Standard command line tools. In this video, I'll take a quick look at a few basic command line tools. Yes, most Ubuntu server users are already familiar with most or all of these tools. If you feel like you're this kind of guru, feel free to skip this video. However, some Ubuntu server users are coming from GUI, yes, that's graphical focused operating systems. Yes, if this is you, be aware that Linux administrators need to know more than just GUI tools. They need to know the command line in depth. I model this video on the prerequisites for the Red Hat Certified Engineer exam, as those are minimal basics required for system administration. Other command line tools are discussed throughout this course. Perhaps most fundamental is the ls command, which lists files. Let's try the capital LS command. Gosh, Linux is case sensitive. Okay, back to ls. See how it lists the files in the current directory. With the right switches, the ls command can help find permissions, display file sizes, list hidden files, find the newest files in a directory, and much more. The ls-l command lists all regular files in the local directory with permissions in the left-hand column, and file sizes, which is the number in the middle, in bytes. The ls-a command lists all files, including hidden files. A file is hidden and isn't revealed in other normal ls commands if it has a dot in front. The ls-t command organizes files by time. In other words, in this particular directory, the smb.conf file was last changed latest in this particular directory. The ls-r command reverses the order of a file list. By itself, the ls command lists files in alphabetical order. The ls-r command lists files in reverse alphabetical order. Switches in most commands can be combined. One command I like to use is the ls-ltar command, which lists all files in the current directory, including hidden files in reverse chronological order. The newest files are listed last, which can help me identify the newest files in a long directory. Next, the cp command can copy files. The following command uses cp to back up the Samba configuration file to your home directory, which is useful in case you make changes and want to go back to the original version of a file. The tilde, which I put in there above the tab key, represents the current user's home directory. With the right switches, the cp command can apply changes recursively. For example, I often use the cp-ar command to copy all files. The -a is archive mode, and it copies all subdirectories recursively with the -r. I combine them as such, and I copy the Ubuntu book directory to a backup directory. Next, there's the mv command, short for move, which naturally moves files, but not precisely so. It actually copies a file and then deletes the original. You don't need switches to move directories. For example, I can run the sudo mv backup Ubuntu book command to copy those Ubuntu book files from the backup. In this way, to the publisher's home directory. Next, there's the rm command, And be very careful with this command. With the right switches, the rm command can be handy as it can delete files and directories recursively. For example, the following rm-rf command deletes all files and directories recursively, forcing the changes, overriding any protection you might have, in this case from the Ubuntu book directory in the publisher's home directory. But this command, if not typed very carefully, could lead to a huge mistake if you accidentally include a space between the first / and what follows. This command will first delete everything from the top level root directory on down, and that would be a disaster. So let's avoid that. There are lots of other handy command line commands. For example, the head command looks at the first 10 lines of a file. Let's use it to look at the kernel ring buffer. The tail command is sort of the opposite of head. And that's the last 10 lines of the kernel ring buffer. But with the -F switch, it can do more. It can monitor what's happening or log messages as they appear. Look, I have a bunch more messages that just appeared. The cat command lists the contents of a given file. Here I display the contents of the main Samba configuration file. Finally, the grep command, with the search term of your choice, can search the contents of a file. And these are the lines from the Samba configuration file, which contain the letters CUPS. Those are just a few basic commands, but these are the commands I learned when I was first introduced to Linux. Other videos cover many other Linux commands. Thanks, and let's continue with the next video.